Aloha, hello, namaste. In this video, I'll be talking about the altered states economy. And I want to give a quick shout out to Jamie Wheal, Stephen Kotler, authors of Stealing Fire, The Rise of Superman. And basically, they've heavily influenced my thinking on this. But this is something I haven't talked about a lot on camera and a lot in my content, and yet it is deeply a part of my process, deeply a part of my medicine, and deeply a part of my curios and my studies, and that is altered states. What is an altered state? Well, what's interesting about this phrase is that the fact that there's an altered state implies that there's a default state, right? Because you can alter off of the default. So my first question to you is, what is the default state of human consciousness? And what does that look like? I think the verdict's out. Because the default state that Babylon or the Matrix or mainstream culture here in the West, in the United States, is actually an altered state. And here's the next step of this, is defining an altered state, right? Well, an altered state is any state of consciousness that is empowered, enhanced, intoxicated, activated. An altered state can be a state of consciousness that's off from the norm or supranormal. So it's beyond the norm and enhanced in all ways. And this is very interesting to look at in your own life. Now, from the work of Stealing Fire, the book I was mentioning by Wheal and Kotler, it's estimated that the altered states economy is over $4 trillion worldwide. Let me repeat that. The altered states economy, which is the economic, societal, and cultural engine of creating, sustaining, and spreading altered states, is over $4 trillion worldwide, which is pretty incredible. This is everything from pharmaceuticals to drugs to plant medicine to big tobacco to alcohol. This is pornography, prostitution. This is food itself, the food you're eating and the diet, the nutritional units you're putting into your body are altering your state. Sugar, one of the biggest and most destructive altered states. When you start to see reality in this way, you actually see that almost everything you're doing throughout the day, from your first cup of coffee to that cigarette to processed food, hopefully you're not doing some of these things if you're watching this, but to eating that organic smoothie, to taking a hot or cold shower, to having a conversation and having a truth speaking, an authentic conversation, to doing yoga or meditation. All of these things are altering your state. And your state of consciousness is the vehicle through which you're experiencing reality. So it's actually very important, I believe, and I've seen in my direct experience, of taking responsibility and taking full harness and awareness of my altered states. And I find that with a lot of things in our modern era where all information is coming at us, we don't know what to do, sometimes the ancient ancestral ways are best. And so I want to talk about how altered states can empower and enhance your life and your reality and your relationships. It can enhance your creativity. It can enhance your lovemaking, your tribe. It can enhance your work and your abundance, your wealth. And it's all about choosing the right ones. And so anyone watching this and thinks that altered states is just something that you do with drugs, or altered states is just something that, people that are fucked up do, or addicts, I invite you to see that everything in your life is altering your state. And the biggest state alterers, the top substances, are caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol. And these are the ones most supported by mainstream culture and actually pushed upon us, right? Some of the biggest advertising budgets go into alcohol, go into big tobacco, and unfortunately pharmaceuticals. And these are, in their current form, bastardized versions, and I would argue negative altered states. Whereas you look at older strains of tobacco, more ancient strains from the Amazon, the strains that existed before colonization of the West, You look at certain forms of alcohol, very specific forms of alcohol, like honey mead and certain brews. And then you look at caffeine through like raw cacao, through certain leaves and certain strains of coffee. These are ways that can actually be beneficial. A lot of the altered states has been hacked through the economy and through its distribution. So what I want to bring awareness to, and this is something that's deeply powerful in my own life, is how altered states and our relationship to them actually are going to determine the quality, the wealth, and the power in my life through creativity, through relationships, and through my physical mind-body mastery. And one of the best altered states and one of the most ancient is breath. Your breath, your breathing. The quality, depth, and rhythm of your breathing is the fastest way to alter your state, because you're altering the levels of gases in your body. Carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and oxygen, the three primary gases. So if you can alter their ratio, you're going to alter your mood, you're going to alter your mindset, you're going to alter your awareness and attention. And this is the most powerful way to alter your state. All plants aside. Because a lot of our relationship to plants, right, is how we alter our states. Especially coffee, especially alcohol, especially tobacco, which are worldwide now. Epidemics in some states. So here's like the most simple breathing tactics. If you're super stressed and anxious, slow your breathing down. And the most easy way to do this is square breathing. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. This is a way to calm your nervous system, tap into the vagus nerve, and actually decrease your heart rate, which is going to which is a lot of times how you're going to interact with anxiety. If you're feeling powerless or you're not activating your willpower, hyperventilate. This is going to activate and stimulate you and increase your heart rate and bring you into power. If you need to just a quick state change, and it's very quick in that you just need it in the moment, is just one big breath. It's kind of a reset. It's a reharmonization. And then if you want to get a little more technical and balance yourself, so saying you're in a state of imbalance, you're feeling not super anxious, not super depleted, but you want to come into harmony and you're in the middle, Nadi Shodhana. And that is alternative nostril breathing. Inhaling deeply on the left. Exhaling fully on the right nostril. And then repeat that until you come into balance. These are like very simple breath techniques, but I just want to share with you something that is so powerful, which is this perspective of how you're altering your state. How are you stepping into the control and flow and ease with your consciousness, and how are you changing your state daily? This is so powerful, it's so important. And breath is the easiest way. And then the next level is, how are you interacting with plants? Our plant allies and teachers. This is where plant medicine comes in. And obviously some of the most powerful ways to alter your state is through psychedelics and is through the shamanic medicines. What I would say though is, do them in such a way that you're held in a tradition with an intention and with integrity. And that takes a lot of searching. You know, ayahuasca is trending and popular now. A lot of these plant medicines are being studied. Psilocybin is being studied now at Johns Hopkins for their power, for their medicine, for their transformative ability. And these are the ancient inheritance of being humans on Earth and being in animal bodies and interacting with plant intelligence. Very powerful. However, they should be used with great responsibility, because they help you wield great power in your consciousness. And there's a reason they're illegal as well, because they challenge the mainstream society and this altered states economy that I want to clue you into. So that's my invitation to you, is Just understand what altered states you're partnering with, what you're doing with them, and every day, how can you take responsibility for how you alter your state? When you drink that tea, when you drink that cup of coffee, which is the easiest and most simple one that we all do. If you smoke, whether it's cannabis, whether it's tobacco, whether it's mapacho, it could be anything, tapping into breath, because it's all breath work. And then how are you altering your state? Through meditation, through yoga, through body breath manipulation, and psychosomatic integration. This is another way to alter your state. And what would happen if the altered states economy shifted away from the pleasure centers and the toxicity and shifted into empowerment, enhancement, and superhuman optimization? That's my invitation to you, is how can altered states make the world better and help us transition into a golden age where everyone is in responsibility, in full power, in optimization of their neurochemistry, their physiology, their mindset, their emotions, and their soul mission. Because this is how we can alter ourselves forward and create that feedback loop with the future where we're creating an empowered reality. That's what I want to share with you. I also want to say that altered states and hacking your nervous system in a positive way and pulling yourself forward in this way is one of my favorite things, and something I've studied and practiced extensively on myself. I'm opening a new container for people that want to learn this and dial into this technique. So if that's something you're resonating with, I invite you to reach out, send me a message, or fill out the application in the link below, because this is one of the most powerful ways to take responsibility and control of your life. And it's something I haven't talked about enough on camera, because it's something I love so much and practice so much. So that's my piece. Transmission complete. Have a powerful day.